Hi, my name is Cece, and on behalf of Scrapbook Central, welcome to another Tutorial Tuesday. Today we're playing with Tim Holtz's new Configurations book. It's a version of his Configurations box with a cover. This project will be a two-parter. The next one will be this coming Friday, and we have a lot to cover, so let's get started. Tim Holtz Configurations book. It is the new version of the configuration box. It has a cover. 2 sheets from Peon Design from the Fairytale of Spring collection. This one's called Butterfly, and this one is Signs of Spring. 2 Canvas Resist stickers by Prima. This one is the Resist Alphabet. And we're also going to use the one from the Lifetime collection, a stencil from the Donna Downey Studios collection by Prima. This one is number 922405. Maya Rhodes Craft Typography numbers in black. I'm also going to be using some flowers. This is a set by Prima, and it is called Juliet, item number 561840, as well as a set by Petaloo from the Penny Lane Garden collection, and it is called Forget-Me-Nots in Paprika. Graphic 45's ornate metal keys. Some embellishment from Tim Holtz Ideology collection. I have a small bottle, an ornate frame, and a fragment. A piece of about 12 inches of linen thread. A hot glue gun. A bucket of water and paintbrush, a palette knife, regular gel matte medium, some modeling paste, or sometimes it is referred to as molding paste, glossy accents, Inca Gold in Old Gold by Viva Decor, Heidi Swap color shines in the following colors: chartreuse, gold lame, and primrose. I have my box here, and I have removed the little boxes inside. It's just going to be easier to handle. I will be covering this up with paper on the top, the sides, the back, as well as the inside of the cover, but I don't want this raw material to show, so I'm going to cover it up with Inca Gold and Old Gold, but instead of using it dry as is, as a paste, as you can see here, I will use water and a paintbrush, and it's just going to go on easier, and it's going to speed up the process. And I'm just dipping my paintbrush in water, and I'm making a nice gold wash with that. Okay, so my box is painted and it dries almost instantly. As you can see, I got a really good coverage. I like the edges here. It kind of looks like a gilded book. So now I'm going to cover all the surfaces I want with the papers. So I have both these papers. This is going to be for the back, and this one here is going to be for the top, and the reverse will be for the spine. So I'm going to measure. I don't want it flush with the edges, because I do want that gold to show a little bit, and I do believe I will cut this at 8 3/4 by 11 3/4, and that should give me a nice border around the whole box. So I'm going to cut this. So I have my 2 pieces of paper, one for the top, and this will be for the back. Now I need to decide on the spine, and I'm taking the reverse side of this page. So I cut it at 1 inch by 11 3/4 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this with the regular gel medium. And just because I'm lazy and I don't want to clean my craft mat, I'm using an old catalog. I'm just going to go happy with the gel medium and make sure I have good coverage of my piece. So that's one good way of recycling your catalogs or your old magazines. I basically just go like this, and I'm not being particular around the edges, and I know that I have an exact coverage. And when I'm done, if I want a clean page, I just flip it, I turn the page, and I glue some more, and that is it. going to move this to the side. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to be off camera. And that's what it looks like. So I'm going to do the same for the top and the underside, and I'll be right back. I just wanted to show you another method that I have to glue large pieces of paper like this on a large surface. So I will show you how to do the back. So you've seen me use just gel medium for this strip, and that's fine because it's a small, it's not a large piece of paper. Because gel medium tends to dry fast, I have air bubbles. I need to make sure that my edges don't dry up. And usually when we spread gel medium, the edges are always thinner by nature because we stop and we lift. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my ATG gun, and I'm going to go around the edge on all four sides, making sure that I have a good strip of the glue. And that's not going to dry up on me, so I have time to play with the gel medium in the middle. The reason why I'm using gel medium, I want to cover my whole surface with glue because we're going to add some wet medium on top of our both the front and the back cover. And when you add something wet, it tends to buckle. If I have gel medium, it's not a problem. Okay, so it looks like that. Now, if you prefer to use red liner tape or Suquang tape, that's fine as well. And now I'm going to fill in each of these squares or rectangles with the gel medium. Now, something else that would work probably even better is PVA glue. I just don't happen to have any on hand, and it is something, it's a staple that everybody should have, and I should live by that rule, right? You would think that because I work for a scrapbooking store that I have everything, but I don't. So I need to put this on my wish list. As you can see, I'm putting a fairly good amount. Again, I don't want it to dry up. Of course, the thicker that you put, the longer it's going to take to dry, but we got time, right? Okay, almost done. 2 more squares, and last one. Okay. So I'm going to try and make sure that my butterflies are flying the right way. I'm going to try and center this as much as I can. I know that I kind of have about, I would say about 1/4 of an inch border, or maybe 1/8 of an inch border all around. So I'm going to try and center this as much as possible. Now, obviously, you want to avoid any air bubbles. So I would suggest at this point, once you're lined up, just lift the top and then walk it so that you've got a perfect adhesion. Ta-da! I wish I'd started from the back because the front is not as nice as this one. Oh well, it's too late. If you want, you can also take your brayer, make sure that everything is stuck down really well. Oh, love this paper. So pretty. Look at that. Gorgeous. So in the front, I can see I have some air pockets. I'm not too concerned because we will texturize and spray and embellish, so all these defects will go away. So I'm going to let this dry really well, and I'll be right back. So while this is drying, I'm going to prepare some other elements that I want to add to the box, mainly the canvas resist stickers. I want to colorize them before I actually glue them down on our box. So with the alphabets, with the alphabet resist, I'm going to spell spring because it is going to be a spring related project. And I also want to incorporate this border here, which looks like kind of like lace, and a few flowers. So I'm going to grab them, put them on my mat. Alright, so I actually have 2 different craft sheets. These are remnants of a craft sheet that I ended up cutting through it. So I cut it into small pieces, and it's perfect for that type of work. What I want to do is I want to colorize the spring and the border with chartreuse the color shine, and the flowers will be done with primrose. So I'm gonna bring in my good old trusty spray box because I am a very messy sprayer. I'm just gonna lay that down there, and I'm gonna use the chartreuse, and I'm gonna give it a nice spray. Let me just do a close-up of this. So this is what the Canvas Resist does. It's got some kind of pattern on each piece, and whatever you spray or paint on, it will actually resist it. Just one little tip, if you happen to be an art journaler, always keep a journal on the side for when you do that type of work, and when you have extra sprays, inks like that, you don't want to waste all that goodness. So I'm just going to take a blank piece of my art journal and I'm just going to press onto this. I really don't want to waste any of that. And look at that, how gorgeous is that? This does look like candy pink. It's not quite the color I wanted, but again, maybe with the gesso it's going to look different. Okay, there's one more thing that I need to do before I start gluing down. I want to use this fragment piece to highlight those butterflies. And this is a piece left over from the back side of the book or the box. So I want to sort of isolate a couple of butterflies. And for this I'm going to use glossy accents. And I'm going at it the very informal way. I'm just going to put a big glob of glossy accent, and I'm going to choose my spot and right here press down. I'm going to let that dry. Next I'm going to texturize the actual surface with the stencil. I've got my modeling face right here, a palette knife. I want to start from the top. I'm not going to cover the whole surface. I'm going to be very random with that. Perfect. Okay, I'm gonna go wash this up. I'll be right back. Alright, so as you can see, my stencil is as good as new. Didn't have a problem washing it off. And now I'm going to dry this up. Okay, so now that my texture paste is dry, and it didn't really take long to dry, it took about 15 minutes. It's completely dry. I love the texture. Look at that. So now I'm going to play with all the embellishments, see where I want them to be glued down. And while I'm doing this, I have my hot glue gun that's warming up. So I'm going to bring all the elements. I've got my title, I have the border, I have some flowers, I have this beautiful frame that I want to use with these numbers. So I'm going to take out, I'm going to remove the, the numbers that will say 2013. I've got the 13 here, I just have to find the 20. So these two here will go behind here to spell out 2013. I also have some keys and my flowers. Okay, so right now I'm just preparing my embellishments. I want to add the brads to the frame, so I'm just going to do that now. This won't hold anything, it's just for decorative purposes. Alright, so I have the brads in place, and as you can see, they're not the same color. The brads in the frame's not the same color, but like I said, we're going to gesso everything, so this won't really matter. I want to bring in that title. Hopefully it won't stick too much to the paper. I'm not going to press on it. So, whoops. So this is our main title, and the 2013 will also be another part of the title. Maybe I'll speed this up to spare you all my blabbering of whether I should have it up or down. So pretty much everything is glued down. I'm going to remove this because I don't want any gesso or any spray on this. And now I'm going to start giving that gesso wash. And I do apologize if you've missed some of the footage. I had to change the battery in the camera, so I'm not sure exactly. I didn't really realize when the camera shut down. And as usual, there's always some technical difficulties when I do a big project like that. So I'm going to prepare my gesso. Oh, before I forget, I need to cover this up just so I don't spray over it. Use my paper piercer to just wedge that in. There we go. Perfect. Now we can start gessoing. I don't want it too heavy everywhere. If I find that it's too heavy, I'm just going to add some water. What I like when I do this is some of that color. Let me zoom in again. See, some of the colors of these elements are going to peek through, and that's what I want. I don't want to cover everything up. That's not the purpose. It's just to tone everything down. Oops, I've got a few glue lines right here. I also don't want to cover all of the beautiful paper. Especially these flowers and the butterflies. Ta-da! Oh, I love this. I'm almost afraid to spray it. I love the effect of the gesso wash. Look how pretty that is. This is very shabby chic. Love, love, love. And, you know, when you add the title, I think I'm just going to add some gold lame color shine to this. I'm not going to bother with, because I was going to do layers of this color, these two colors, but I think they're too bright. So I'm just going to use the gold lame. I'm going to cover up my surface, and then we'll get to spray. I was not recording for this. Okay, here's what I did. Oh my gosh, I do apologize. I can't redo this. I just sprayed the whole surface with the gold lame color shine. I wanted to retain some of that whitewash value, and actually here I've got way too much gold, so I'm just going to dab at it. I love this effect. So beautiful. I'm going to try and do a close-up so that you guys can see. Alright, so look at that. Look how beautiful. Oh. Look how beautiful that is, and it just goes and picks up the gold that we have on the side here. So I didn't do too much. Here it's almost untouched. So now I'm going to get rid of that dirty surface, and we're going to work on our final two embellishments. First I'm going to dry this up. I want to remove that pillow and see. Oh, love it. So yeah, I'm waiting for my glue gun to warm up so I can glue the title. In the meantime, I'm going to work on this embellishment. This will go right here with a key dangling, and the key, I will gesso it. Alright, well, my glue gun is ready, so I kind of want to do that before I actually put the embellishment. So I'm going to start gluing my title. Oops, I'll bring back my letters. So I need to put the eye first. Here we go. Okay, so for the embellishment here, I think I'm going to have it here, and the key will dangle from that. It's kind of like a charm, I guess. So I have some linen thread here. Like so. And I think, yeah, that's a perfect spot for it. So I'm going to glue this down. I'll worry about the key after. I like it. Oh, love it. So, love that stuff. Love, love, love. I'm going to do another zoom just because, and everywhere I have that shine happening here in the flowers, on, oh my gosh, here on that beautiful frame, ornate frame, the key, right to down to almost on the tulips. Oh, and the texture, not the texture, but the modeling paste. Yeah, the modeling paste. Love, love, love it. And you see, by adding colored flowers as well as giving color to these resist pieces, I was able to achieve that, and with the gesso, I was able to achieve exactly what I wanted to achieve, which is very muted tones, of course, because it's spring, and I think this project was successful. So, on Friday, we're going to decorate inside the box, and I might have a mini album in there. Who knows? As usual, thanks for watching. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below, and I will talk to you on Friday. Bye!